zoos. They're places where you can marvel at a tiger's roar, giggle at playful penguins, or get hypnotized by a slithering python. But did you know there's way more going on behind the scenes than meets the eye? The word zoo comes from the term zoological garden, which originally referred to scientific animal collections for study. Yep, zoos weren't just about cute family trips. They were basically living laboratories. Over time, they evolved into hubs of education, conservation, and, let's be real, the occasional overpriced cotton candy. But here's the kicker. Zoos hold secrets, big ones. Today, I'm uncovering 7 of the most insane things zoos don't tell you. From matchmaking animals to creating hybrids, you're about to see zoos in a whole new light. Let's get into it. Zoos are running dating apps for animals. Okay, picture this. Tigers swiping left and right to find the perfect mate. Well, not exactly, but zoos use programs like the Species Survival Plan to carefully match animals for breeding. It's like a super strict dating app where genetic diversity takes center stage. This helps prevent inbreeding, especially in endangered species. The good side? Programs like this have saved species like the Amur leopard, with fewer than 100 left in the wild. These matches ensure healthy populations for future generations. But here's the catch. Some animals are picky. Pandas are infamous for rejecting their assigned mates. And when romance fizzles, zoos often resort to artificial insemination, which is invasive and stressful for the animals. It's like forcing someone on a blind date that ends in a mandatory hospital visit. Awkward and uncomfortable. Zoos seldom sell. They trade with other zoos. Ever wonder how zoos get their animals? It's not like they're hitting up the local wildlife dealership. Instead, zoos primarily trade animals with one another, like a bartering system for biodiversity. For instance, a zoo might trade a pair of zebras for a rare bird species. The upside? These trades help zoos maintain a wide variety of animals without depleting wild populations. It's like swapping Pokémon cards, but way more important. The downside? Critics argue that this trading system sometimes prioritizes zoo profits or visitor appeal over the animal's well-being. Some animals are moved around so frequently that it can cause significant stress. Imagine being constantly relocated without knowing why. Sounds rough, right? Some zoos create hybrids. Believe it or not, zoos have occasionally dabbled in creating hybrid animals. A famous example is the liger, a lion-tiger hybrid that's often bred in captivity. These hybrids are usually created to attract visitors since their unique appearance is undeniably fascinating. The good side? Hybrids can raise awareness about the need for conservation. Seeing a liger might spark curiosity about big cats and their declining populations in the wild. The bad? Hybrid animals often suffer from health issues due to genetic mismatches. Plus, they don't contribute to conservation efforts since they're not a natural species. It's like creating a one-of-a-kind art piece that can never be reproduced, not very practical for preserving wildlife. Hey, do you know of any other mind-blowing zoo facts that we didn't cover? Or maybe you remember the last time you visited a zoo and had an unforgettable experience? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear them. What's cooler than a zoo? A frozen zoo! These biobanks store genetic material like sperm, eggs, and tissue from thousands of species. Think of it as Noah's Ark, but in test tubes. This backup plan ensures that if a species goes extinct in the wild, it's not gone forever. Frozen zoos have been lifesavers. The black-footed ferret, once thought extinct, was brought back thanks to stored genetic material. But here's the ethical dilemma. Should we rely on frozen zoos instead of fixing the habitats where these animals live? Critics argue it's like having a fire extinguisher but ignoring the raging flames. Sure, it's a backup plan, but what if we focused on not needing one? Animals get VIP treatment during travel. Moving animals between zoos isn't as simple as booking a plane ticket. Relocations are meticulously planned, sometimes taking months to ensure everything goes smoothly. For example, when giraffes are transported, zoos have to design special trucks with open roofs to accommodate those long necks. This sounds great, right? Animals get the royal treatment. But the downside is that travel is still stressful. Even with all the precautions, being in a confined space for hours can be terrifying for creatures like lions and elephants. Imagine if you had to sit in a cramped car for hours without knowing where you were going. Plus, some relocations are criticized for prioritizing zoo profits over animal welfare. For instance, high-profile animals like pandas are often moved to boost ticket sales, which raises questions about their real purpose, conservation or commercial gain. Enrichment activities are straight up wild. Zoos don't just feed their animals, they keep them entertained. From puzzle feeders stuffed with treats to papier-mâché animals for big cats to hunt, enrichment activities mimic natural behaviors. Some zoos even play classical music for elephants or give chimpanzees iPads to keep their minds active. This prevents boredom and improves mental health. For instance, polar bears given frozen fish-filled blocks to fish for are noticeably less stressed. But here's the catch. Not all zoos provide quality enrichment. In smaller or underfunded facilities, animals are left to pace in bare enclosures, developing anxiety and stress behaviors. It's like being stuck in a hotel room with no TV or Wi-Fi. Boring and frustrating. Zoos are the last line of defense for some species. Zoos play a crucial role in saving endangered species. Thanks to breeding and reintroduction programs, animals like the California condor and Arabian oryx were saved from the brink of extinction. Without zoos, we might only see them in history books. But, and this is a big but, not every zoo prioritizes conservation. Some focus more on attracting visitors with flashy exhibits than actually helping animals. Plus, reintroducing animals to the wild isn't always successful. Captive animals often lack the survival skills they'd need to thrive in their natural habitats. It's like teaching someone to swim in a kiddie pool and then throwing them into the ocean. There you have it, folks. Hey, if you liked this video, I bet you're also going to love this video right here about how losing apex predators might actually do more harm than good for different ecosystems. Be sure to check it out. Thanks again for watching and stay wild.